information on any of the stories you see today, visit our website, wjct.org/healthmatters. New medical research shows how damaging multiple concussions can be. And there's new technology available to help trainers and coaches know when players are really ready to get back in the game.
Well, a concussion is a closed head injury that results in some sort of alteration in mental status or thinking ability. I mean, many of us who've played sports in high school or earlier have heard of the bell ringer or a little ding where you got your head hit, you saw stars, you were stunned, and it quickly went away. That's a concussion. Concussions are fairly frequent. In the United States, there are over 300,000 concussions, and probably more in our high school football players, and somewhere between 1.5 million and 3 million concussions in all sorts of recreational sports in the United States. So when you're covering an athletic event, you are likely that you may see some type of a concussion. Well, I've been dealing with sports since I've been in orthopedic practice. I was the original team physician for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I've been the team physician for Jacksonville University, University of North Florida, the Bowles schools, and a number of high schools in the Jacksonville area. One of the big breakthroughs in concussion management is the development of neuropsychological testing. These neuropsychological testing give you a better idea of the serious nature of the concussion and how long it takes the symptoms to resolve so you know when they can return to play.
What we do is with the sports that we test, when they get here, we do a baseline test on them. And what the test is, it does their memory, reaction time, and things like that. So when they do get a concussion, we have a start line that we can go back and look and judge and base how they are, at the time of their concussions. We currently test football, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's lacrosse, men's and women's basketball. If it's a higher risk sport, if it's a collision sport, and sports that we see the most of the concussions in.
I'm currently a junior here at JU, and I play football for the varsity team. And I had a concussion last fall around the third game of the season during a practice, a big practice before a big game. So it kind of set me back throughout that season. Of course, being an athlete and being competitive, I wanted to rush it. But the testing came first. I actually had to take a series of 3 tests. The first one showed where I was at after the concussion. The second one really was kind of slow. It kind of pushed me back because I tried to rush it with physical activity and not really following the directions. But the third one got me back on track. So the test really shows truth on whether you're ready to start back the practice or even just conditioning. So it really told the truth.
The test is actually just a tool that's used in a wide range of testing. We still base things off their signs and their symptoms and how they feel. And then there's a few more tests that we do before we allow them to return to play.
There is a definite concern that athletes underappreciate the significance of concussions. These numbers we see nationally are probably underreported, because many of the concussions may occur in the practice and they don't want to tell the coach, and the coach may not want to hear it, and so they go about their business. But with the national attention that concussions being given now, we're hopeful that the coaches and the players will recognize this as a serious injury. I think one of the emphasis we have through our Jacksonville Sports Medicine program is to try to get certified athletic trainers into our public school system here in Jacksonville. Obviously, we have a large budget crunch, but it'd be very helpful for our student athletes to have a medical professional on the field, at the practices, at the sidelines, so that if a concussion occurs, there's a medical trained personnel there to evaluate and help guide that person's back to play. As it is in many of the high schools, that's left up to the athlete and the coaches, and that's obviously a suboptimal condition. So we're working very hard to get certified athletic trainers into our high schools here in Jacksonville.
You're watching Health Matters on WJCT. I'm Karen FEAGINS. Surgeons here in Jacksonville